Hey everyone, Brad the Mechanic here. Today we're working on a 2004 Saturn Vue. Has the 3-liter V6, and what we're doing today is we are going to be doing the spark plugs and the upper intake manifold gasket, because the upper intake manifold has to come off in order to get to the coil packs. So we're going to start by removing the clips here, the airbox, this air baffle here. We're going to take these bolts off. We're going to get this off here. We're going to remove this in order to access the rest of the stuff, and then there's 5 bolts here that we're going to remove to take the intake off. So I'm going to get started, take this off up here, and we'll show you what's underneath here. Alright, so now we got that upper air box off, and we're now going to take these Torx bits for the throttle body off. Then this throttle body is going to come off. We're going to take this tube off. I loosened this up. We're going to take that off. And then there's 2 coolant hoses that attach down here. You can pop those off. You can actually remove this and then remove those. And then we're going to, I've been cleaning these up. I sprayed a little WD on them to loosen them up, and these are also Torx bits that we're going to have to remove in order to get this off. Alright, so I got the throttle body off, just 3 Torx bits, super easy to come off. These vacuum hoses just pop off, and then now I'm going to go ahead and take the intake off. Okay, so this black piece right here, this just pops off by hand. And then there's 5 Torx bits in here, okay? So they are T27s. These are T27s, and then there's smaller ones. If you have to take any smaller ones off, they are T25s. But the main ones are going to be T27s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then not this one. This one actually doesn't have to come out. And this is a T25, this one. So, because I took that out thinking it was this one. This is the actual one you need to take out. And that's the T27 right there. So take all those out, and then you can take this out. This is what I'm gonna take this off because the air conditioning doesn't work in this vehicle. I'm gonna pop this off, and then this is gonna give us enough room to move this intake up and out of the way enough to get to the spark plugs. Alright, so we got the bolts out of the intake, and it popped up. Everything's still attached on this side. But now, there's room to get to these coils and to those coils. I can move this a lot. I just have it sitting here with this. I'm also going to be replacing the intake manifold gasket. You can take this off and put it back together if you wanted to. It's just not really the right way to do it. If you're taking it all apart, you might as well replace all the gaskets that you come across. I am going to be doing valve cover gaskets on this at another time, because there's going to be a lot more engine work that needs to be done, but they're just getting the tune-up done right now. So we're going to get the coils, the coils popped out and the spark plugs popped out in order to change those. But yeah, so it was just those 5 T27s up there to pop this all the way off. That was fairly easy. You can move all these lines to the side in order to get better access. So yeah, we're gonna, this is where we're at now. So now, like I said, we're gonna take out those coil packs right here, and then we are going to remove the spark plugs and replace them. So I just wanted to show you guys, I got these spark plugs out, or I mean the coil pack. They're all actually in really good shape. Usually these valve cover gaskets go bad, and the gasket that goes right around here will go bad and oil will fill up in there. This one doesn't have any oil in it, which is amazing. And then I just took this little pick tool and picked out the gaskets with this. Pretty easy. They're separate. They're all like this. Then it'll be pretty straightforward to put those back in there. I will tell you that when I was taking off the coil packs, it has a like reverse star bit. So it's an E10 is what it is. You can see that. E10. Because these, if you look, they're like that. So not all ratchet sets and stuff will have that. So make sure that you get that because it can stop you in your tracks. Potentially, you know, you just want to get some shit done and you have to use this stupid socket. So that's where we're at there. I'm using a wire to hold up the intake and then just a screwdriver just in case I don't want it to fall. And now I am going to move on to back there to pop those out and get the spark plugs out. Okay, so got the intake manifold gaskets replaced. It took a few minutes to get them in there. I put a little WD-40 in there and it made them slide in a lot easier. You have to make sure that they're all flat and just right. I did remove the coil pack and replace the plugs. These are some of the old plugs here. They're getting pretty worn out. I did get the other coil pack out and I replaced all the boots for them, on them. And since there was no oil in there, it's looking good with the intake or with the valve cover gaskets. So I'm going to pop off the other 3 spark plugs, replace them, throw this on, and then we'll be ready to button this thing back up. So I got the intake bolts on and tight. I got that back on. Got the hoses reconnected, vacuum hoses here. I got this back on there and tight. Got the oil fill tube on there. I'm now going to put the airbox back on, and it'll be pretty much ready to go. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, let me know. I'm happy to help you guys as much as I can. Like and subscribe if you want. Other than that, have a good one, and later.